When you look at me, one of the first things you probably notice is that I have brown hair. And you might not even notice that you notice that because it's just a basic detail that's a part of me. Now, I could dye my hair blonde, but it's always going to grow back brown. You might also notice that I have brown eyes, and I could wear blue contacts, but when I take them out, I'm still going to be left with the same brown eyes that I was born with. No one would ever argue what I just said, because that's just how it is. Some people are born with brown hair, some people are born with blonde hair, some people have blue eyes, green eyes, some people are black, Asian, Hispanic, white, Arab. Some people are straight, some people are gay. Some people try to argue that sexual orientation is a choice, and I'd like to invite you to sit down and try to think of a time that you decided to become straight. Try to think of a time you decided to be black, white, Hispanic, Asian, or Arab. If sexual orientation were a choice, do you really think that so many gay, bisexual, and transgender teenagers would commit suicide? If changing your sexuality was like changing your shoes, don't you think everyone would choose the more comfortable option? Here, let me give you two choices. A, you can live happily and free of discrimination. Or B, you can risk being taunted, teased, bullied, abused, abandoned by your friends and family, and ostracized by society and treated like less than a human being. All because of who you love. Seems to me, given the choice, everyone would choose option A. And unfortunately, because of the stress that society puts on people that are different, so many people that are gay try to cover it up. Now, this transcends race or region or anything like that, but take the African American community, for example. For some reason, society expects black males to be some hyper-masculine, testosterone-engorged machines that thrive on intimidation. And a man loving another man is certainly not masculine in the eyes of society, so under no circumstances should it be displayed. Hence the DL, the married men that cheat on their wives with other men. Would this happen if being gay had such a negative connotation? No. Does marrying women change the fact that these men are gay? No. They're just dyeing their hair. If you ask someone why they hate gay people, chances are they're not going to have some concrete reason. They may say, I just do, or it's wrong, or just generally express some kind of disgust. And they may attempt to use religious grounds in their hatred. One translation of the book of Leviticus in the Bible says, "And with a man you shall not lay lyings of a woman." Although this is the sentence that has caused the alienation, judgment, and discrimination, it has no obvious interpretation. Even if it were rephrased and tweaked to say have sex with women and not men, it wouldn't make sense. Would that mean it only pertained to men? Is there a separate Bible that women should read? So if you're a woman, you can have sex with women. Sounds like a popular double standard. And what about a gay guy that's never had sex? In the same book, it teaches you that you may eat any animal that has split hooves and chews the cud. Therefore, it's an abomination to eat rabbit because they don't have split hooves, or pigs because they don't chew cud. In the sea, it's an abomination to eat any creature that doesn't have fins or scales. So shrimp, crab, lobsters, mussels, clams are abominations, and eating them is a sin. Furthermore, you are not to make two different kinds of animals, you are not to plant your field with two different kinds of seeds, and you are not to wear clothing that's woven of two kinds of material. So, say you translated that first line to God hates gay people. Unfortunately, your bacon and eggs, shrimp cocktail, and favorite cotton polyester blend shirt makes God hate you too. Not to mention if you've had sex before marriage, are uncircumcised, touched a woman who is menstruating, or have gotten a divorce. I used to work with a guy from Kenya, and he is left-handed. And he said when he was growing up in Kenya, all of his family and school teachers tried to force him to write with his right hand because left-handedness was considered evil and to be detested. One simple detail that was programmed into him since he was created was hated by society, and because of that, he was forced to try to change it. If you think that's silly but still believe that gay people deserve to be hated for who they were born to be, perhaps you should try to think a little more clearly. Since when are loving, loyal, consensual relationships between two people something to hate? The key word is love. Love thy neighbor, even if thy neighbor happens to love someone of the same sex. Imagine how much more as a people we could accomplish without hatred keeping us apart. I'm Nick, and I have brown hair.